Guys, I am knackered. It has been a full week. When I say a full week, anytime you go away on holiday and you work in the beauty industry, you will find your whole week is crammed with all these clients that want to get in before you go away. And on top of that, I have done 3 training courses for students this week, on top of juggling the kids and making sure that I'm getting ready for holiday. I am Romeo done, as they say. But before I say I'm done with the week, I just wanted to share with you guys the lovely Lucy who came to me to do her brow definition course and her lash lift. Now, I know I talk a lot about waxing on my channel, but actually I thought it'd be really good for you lot to get an insight into what goes on behind a lash lift and tint. We're going to cleanse the lashes. Yeah, just a small amount. Just going to literally cleanse everything so that we know that we've got nice clean lashes before we start. I feel like a proper photographer now. Lucy's like, don't put me under pressure. Sitting there with a bloody camera as well. That's it. Just give them a nice cut. To be fair, you don't look like you've got any mascara on it or anything anyway. No. Perfect. Right. Okay, so we're going to get both shields over here. We're going to get our adhesive glue. So that makes sense, yeah? And we've got this. This is all the things that we need. Hi, love. This is your moment when you get to have a little lash nap now, okay? So we're going to glue the... Remember what I said about some of the shields can go on without the glue? But these ones go on with the glue. So we're just going to brush the glue along that side that's going to go onto the actual eyelid. We're going to put the shield from corner to corner like this, hold in place. So it's nice and close to that lash line. Yeah? Yeah. It's as easy as that. They might lift and pop at the corners. If they do, we just add a little bit more glue underneath and hold it still until it stays in place. Once the lashes are on and glued on, it doesn't matter if it lifts a little bit. Yeah. Obviously, you don't want it to completely pop off. So you can take the bottom lashes. That is a process a lot of people would teach you. The reason I'm trying to teach you how to do it without is if you come across somebody that finds the tape painful for the eye. Yeah. So you might find that there's people out there that will complain that the tape, when you pull it off, hurts and makes the skin a little bit sore. Yeah. You can get them pads that you can put down. They're a little bit more comfortable. But what I find with somebody that has quite sensitive eyes that water quite easy, that if you've got something on the bottom part of the eye, something heavy on the top of the eye, and you're pulling the lashes up, the sensation of all this weight and everything glued down and stuck down and everything can make the eyes water more, which actually affects the lash lift. Yeah. So I try and work in a way where I don't have to touch the bottom lashes. Yeah. Also, at the end, if they want their bottom lashes tinted, I try and tint it in the process, so if I can. So by doing that, having them taped down isn't ideal because then I can't get to it. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to start adding a bit of glue. You can start wherever you want, this corner, in the middle, whatever you prefer. Just don't cover the whole shield yet, just add a dab of glue to one section. You then either got the option of your lifting tool, which will start going underneath the lashes and pulling it into that glue. And you're just doing it very slowly and steady, moving them all into the glue so they start to stick up. Now before that glue sets, you want to brush them through with your wire comb to make sure they're all in place. So as you go along, then I like to comb them to make sure they're nice and tight and in line with each other. As I'm combing, the idea is as I'm combing, I'm getting them all in line with one another. Yeah. Yeah, no little hooks, no little crisscrosses. I want them all to be in place nice and neat so that when I go to perm them, they will perm exactly how I've put them on the shield. Add a little bit more glue, and I always push my finger here on the bone, so I'm not pushing into their eyeball for this reason. But by doing that, that lifts it slightly so I can see that waterline, and then I'm able to comb through nicely. To make sure your bottom lashes aren't coming up with the actual top lashes, always check to make sure there's no crisscross. Can you see that little lash there? Yes. Then I just thread through and place it out the way. As I'm combing with, not like force to the point where I'm hurting them, always dab a bit more glue to make sure they're wet before you comb through in case they are dry, because you don't want to obviously comb through dry lashes that are glued down. That will be painful, ripping them out from the root. But I'm kind of combing with force, if that makes sense, to pull them up tight.
Yeah.
Because I want to see a teeny bit of that waterline pop, so I know that they're on nice and firm.
Yeah.
That's it. Add a little bit of glue on there, and then you're going to place your shield onto the eyelid. That's it, Lucy. Perfect. Make sure it's right in the corner. There you go. Right onto that straight part of that shield should be right up to that line. Perfect. Really good placement. Really, really good placement. And then you can just get your tool, either one of your tools, whichever you prefer at first, just to start getting the lashes up. So just a small amount onto the brush, that's it. And then add the perm to the lashes. Perfect, well done, Lucy. So just a little nice dab, so it's getting pushed into the hairs. And then just going along that waterline and in that middle bit of the lash as well. Does that make sense with why we don't put the perm on the tips of the lashes, yeah? Just so you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when we tint, we obviously exaggerate the tint placement because we want to make sure that the tint is covering all of the lashes up to the tops where the tips of the lashes can be a bit fine and blonde.
Yeah.
And we're going to give that exaggerated length, which is what we're going to do with the tint. But with the perm, we want to make sure the lift is happening from the root and in the middle of the lash, not at the tips. We don't want to process the hair and frizz it. So we want to make sure placement of our products is really key with our lashes. So whatever lash you start with, remember when the timer goes off, you want to wipe that one off first. So we're going to always wipe away from the waterline and a nice sweep up, not scrubbing side to side again because we don't want to disturb the lashes. How's it feel for you, Rox? Not stinging?
No, it's fine.
How do you find the little micro brushes, Lucy? Are they better for you than
I like
using
these
anything
things.
bulky?
Even with extensions, these are like my best friends.
You want to add your dapping dish, your tinting brush, and on the edges of the dapping dish, you're going to use each side as your measurement. Okay. Yeah? So this side here, this flat bit, is basically 2 centimetres.
Okay.
Okay? So from when you get your tint, you're going to, like a toothpaste on a toothbrush, you're going to go like that along the side, and that's going to be your 2 centimetres. For every 2 centimetres of tint going from the bottom of the dish up to the top on that one side of that flat side, you add 10 drops of developer. Okay. If you only wanted half of that, you just go from the bottom halfway up, that's 1 centimetre's worth of tint, 5 drops of developer. Is that making sense, yeah? And then if you're doing a patch test on someone, you'd get a pea-sized amount of tint scraped on the edge, add 2 drops of developer, mix it in, and do a dab behind the ear. Okay. So dabbing all over the lashes, covering it all, and then going over the tips of the lashes as well. When you've got someone that's really fair, you want to make sure you get right down to that waterline because you don't want to end up with blonde roots, so it gives that ombre effect. Yeah. You know, when you wipe it away, don't be afraid to get right up to that lash line. Blink and then look up for me. Look out. They look so good from every angle. Can you see that? When she looks up, you can really see it. So there's a little insight into Lucy's training day and what is involved with a lash lift and tint. But if there is other training courses that you'd like to do with me, then you can do that by booking and looking on my website here for any available dates that I've got. Also, there is some online masterclasses. So if you're someone that just likes to learn from the comfort of your own home, I can help you with that also. Thanks for watching, guys. I love to hear from you all. So let us know in the comments what you thought and also what you'd like to see more of. But until then, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, don't come and just watch. I see you all. Come and hit that subscribe button. Peace and love. Bye, guys.